Drafting is one of the most fun and exciting ways to play any card game. Opening boosters and knowing you're limited to a single pick really makes you appreciate every card in the pack. Each week, me and Sam will open 4 packs of each core DM era set and add a single card from each pack to our collections. We will then build decks and play a best of 3 with the loser banning 1 card. The first player to reach 10 wins takes the trophy and is crowned DM champion. Join us as we return to the game's inception and draft the oldest cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! In this series, Yu-Gi-Oh! Generation Draft.
Alright. Let's see if your face down can save you from Giant Orc with a Benevolent Nuzzler. On.
Threatening roll.
Bad times.
I can get him for 800. Oh wait, no, I don't need to get him for 800. Because I have Dark Core.
That, Jesus.
Oh.
Bro.
So, our side set for this week is Tournament Pack 1. Again, we'll be Chaos Drafting, so we're going to be taking 1 card from each pack. There is not really a lot in here, even at the high end. The best card's probably just going to be Mechanical Chaser, which outside of getting something like triple limiter removal is probably not going to be super useful. So, not expecting to get too much out of this, but let's just see what we get. Pack number 1. Yeah, again, not really much to talk about here. Probably just going to take the White Hole. It's a super rare, and in case Sam does get a Dark Hole at some point. Next pack. Yep, I guess we're taking the Shining Friendship. Third pack. Beast Warrior, Winged Beast. I guess we'll take a Cilio Hero. Pack number 4. Cockroach Knight is an effect monster. And then pack number 5. I guess it's just going to be another Cockroach Knight. There we go. That is our pulls for the side set. Welcome back to another episode of Generation Draft. In the last episode, we managed to get the win with our Chaos Beatdown strategy. And when Sam lost to that, he decided to ban Imperial Order, which is kind of a big hit to the deck, but it's a generic enough card that it doesn't really affect the flow of the deck very much. So we're going to be opening another 4 packs of each core set in the DM era. The cards that we're going to be looking for are going to be anything more to kind of go with our Chaos cards, because we still have both of them. So if we can find a BLS, more Chaos Sorcerers, or just many good Lights and Darks, that would be fantastic. We also still have the zombie kind of thing going, so if we can find more Pyramid Turtles and any other strong zombie cards, we'll probably be taking them. And just any generically good staples, probably we're going to be looking for those as well. Also, we do have the Allied Forces, so we might look to pick up some Warrior stuff. We'll have to see how it goes. Without further ado, let's fire on in and see what we get in our first pack. So the first set here is going to be Legend of Blue Eyes. Let's see what we get. I mean, as expected, not really much to say about this one. Right, pack number 2. Let's see what we got. Dark Magician. That's funny. Is there a world in which having Dark Magician is actually useful? Fusionist is probably better. Saying that, there's not really a lot of time to use Fusionist either. Yeah, we'll take Dark Magician for the meme. Why not? Alright, Metal Raiders. Let's see if we can get any of those big cards. We're looking for Solemn Judgment, Mirror Force, Heavy Storm, Sangam, Witch of the Black Forest. Dream Clown has some use. I don't really think we want to be on Clown Control. We'll probably take the Dark Elf. The cost is quite high, but it's a dark monster. It's got 2,000 attack. Losing 1,000 life points does kind of suck, but it's probably 2,000 attack outweighs that negative. Alright, next pack. And it's another Dark Elf. I mean, I guess we take it, right? If nothing else, we can leave it in attack mode and pretend it's a defender. Alright, last pack of Metal Raiders. Let's see if we can get anything good in the close. Dark Elf number 3. Yes, sod it. Why not? We'll have just a bunch of Dark Elves. We just got to place it at Dark Elf. I don't know if that's going to come up, but yeah, we've got it now. Alright, pack number 2. It's got to be Zombira, right? Zombira is definitely the pick. Solar Purity Light would be funny if we can get some sort of light deck going, but we are so far away from that. So I think it's just Zombira. Right, next pack. Bottomless Trap Hole is incredible. There's no way we're passing that up. Just give me the Bottomless. Pack number 3. Royal Oppression is a very strong trap card. I think we have to take that. I don't think we get a choice here. Alright, Pharaonic Guardian. Big cards in here. We're looking for Gravekeepers, Necro Valley. We're looking for any big zombies. There's so much. We're looking for Book of Moon. So many really powerful cards in here. Let's hope we can find some. Pack number 1. Metamorphosis, decent. Call of the Mummy's decent. Deslocuda's decent. It's probably one of these 3. Call of the Mummy could be really good if we do get the zombie deck going. Metamorphosis is going to be less useful for us without access to something like Scapegoat and without getting any of the really good fusion monsters. I think we're going to take Call of the Mummy here. All right, pack number 3. Reckless Greed is probably one of the only playable cards here. Ooh, this is actually a really bad pack. I think it's going to be the Reckless Greed. I think we'd probably want more copies of this card before we ran it. I don't think running it as a one-off is probably a good idea, but might be useful later. All right, Magician's Force. There are some very good cards in here. This set is kind of known for having a lot of burn cards in it, so we might just end up with some more of those. If we find something like a Wave Motion Cannon, we'll probably play that regardless. So let's see what we got. Pack number 1. Secret Barrel and Magical Merchant. Tribute Doll is probably not worth playing. I think it's going to be Magical Merchant. It's a light monster, and it can fill up our graveyard for our other Chaos cards. I think that's definitely going to be the pick. All right, pack number 2. Spell Canceller. I think Spell Canceller might actually be the pick here. It's a bit crusty, but we do already have 2 Blast with Chains. If we can find another Spell Canceller, or like 2, that would be insane. But Canceller plus Blast with Chain, plus if we can get like some Gearfrieds going, that can actually be a really oppressive deck. I don't think we're ever going to have access to Anti-Spell Fragrance to really make that deck powerful, but I think we're going to take it. All right, Dark Crisis. There are some useful cards in here, but this isn't as hyper set as something like Pharaonic Guardian or IOC. But let's see what we can get. Judgment of Anubis. I think we maybe take this. Even if right now it's not super useful, it might be really, really helpful later. So I think we're going to take that. All right, next pack. Skill Drain. I think we definitely take Skill Drain here. We can maybe start getting a Skill Drain kind of beatdown deck going. So we'll definitely go for that. All right, next one. Come on, Chaos Sorcerer. Chaos Sorcerer. Oh! I'm so sorry, Sam. Okay, well, there it is. The Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning. It's a shame as well, because I really want Mataz the Zapper, because I really like it as a card. But yeah, we can't pass up BLS. So there he is. BLS in the pack. Pack number 3. Dekoichi. And another light in Mirage Drag. I think it's got to be Dekoichi, right, since it's the rare. Right, last pack of the opening. Can we get anything good in the close? Let's find out. Okay. So, Earth Exofusion does have very limited application later on, but I think it's got to be Threatening Roar, right? Just a generic trap card is going to be better than any kind of weird combo shenanigans later. So we'll take that. And there it is. There are our pulls. So there we have it. Our pulls for today. Definitely worse than last week. I think that goes without saying, but still not bad. I don't think this is catastrophic. We did obviously get some very, very powerful cards, but we got a couple of level 3 fusion monsters, which are basically, here's kind of Metamorphosis targets. Flame Ghost is probably more useful because it's a dark target. We could summon Sangan. Metamorphosis we should have access to just yet, but we will in the future. Go into this. Gets a dark in the graveyard, trigger Sangan's effect, and because it's dark itself, it's another dark for later on, getting more chaos shenanigans. The Dark Magician's just in there for fun. We did get the playset of Dark Elf. This is very funny. Might see some play today. We'll have to see what we decide in deck building. The Mother Grizzly might be useful later. Mahavelos are lights that might come up. We got our field spell to try and boost our kind of dark strategy. We got a few more lights. Magic Drain might see some play today. We have 4-star Ladybug of Doom. This card can be a bit of a blowout. Another big beater in Zombira. Good removal in Offerings and Bottomless Trap Hole. We have some interesting uses with Blast with Chain and Royal Oppression. The 1 copy of Reckless Greed will probably be useful later. Another good light monster in Magical Merchant. Spell Canceller could be funny. We got the Judgment of Anubis. I don't know if we'll see this play early, but we might use it a lot later. Skill Drain, again, probably useful a lot later on. The BLS is definitely seeing play today. This card is definitely what has saved our pulls today, because other than that, it's been... I mean, it's not been bad. We've got some decent removal cards, and we've got some okay beat sticks, but no, like, big bombs. This is definitely the bomb of today. We got the Enraged Battle Ox. Hopefully, again, later we can get some sort of strategy going with that. We got 2 copies of Dark Mimic and the Dokoichi, so we should have quite a lot of draw power here. 2 copies of Insight Knight for beatdown and the Threatening Roar to close it out. So I feel like Chaos Shenanigans is probably going to just ensue this episode. Unfortunately, we didn't get the second Chaos Sorcerer, so we won't be like a full-fledged Chaos deck, but our deck should hopefully be stronger this week than last week. Let's go ahead and fire on into deck building. So this is the deck we're bringing to today's game. We are still on the Chaos, big surprise, and we have some very powerful new monsters in our Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning being the most prevalent one. So this card can attack twice effectively as long as it kills a monster, or it can banish any monster face up or face down instead of attacking. So very, very versatile, very, very powerful, and 3000 attack to boot. We've cut down our tribute monsters down to 2 because we don't really want to be bricking on too many of these cards. And these are probably the best 2 we have access to. Dark Ruler can just blanket effects of any monsters it destroys. Thestalos can rip a card out of the hand, so just very, very powerful effects. The rest of the deck is basically just beat down lights and darks as much as we can. So we're still playing some bad light monsters like Divine Dragon Ragnarok. We're still playing some okay monsters in Hysteric Fairy and Mirage Dragon, and another bad monster in Ceremonial Bell. This is in here just because it's got an okay defense value. We might be able to use this to blank an attack and then tribute it, and it's a light monster. So this is the problem with playing the Chaos strategy, is that we're going to have to keep playing a decent amount of lights and darks, which can mess us up a little bit. We are also on the Maha Vilo, which is a very interesting one because for each card equipped to it, it gains 500 attack. Now that could obviously be our Megamorph, but that also counts Blast with Chain. So that can be decent to make this thing okay and big enough to be kind of threatening. So our spell trap removal is still just Nobleman of Extermination. Our monster removal, back to square one, Lightning Vortex, Dark Core, Offerings to the Doomed, and Akibio Drakmord. Again, not the best options available. Obviously, the Lightning Vortex is pretty good, but the rest of this is a little bit weak. Hopefully, we can rectify that in the coming weeks. Then we have Bottomless, Needle Stealing, Sakuretsu, Blast with Chain, Mirror Wall, and Magic Drain to round out the traps. So this deck, I feel, is relatively strong. The ceiling of this deck, if we're able to see our Chaos monsters and get them out, is going to be completely bonkers. The floor of this deck still feels pretty low because our individual monsters don't have a lot of value behind them. So for the side deck, we're on Dark Mimic, 3 copies of D-Spell in case Sam's on kind of stall shenanigans, remove trap for the same reason. Autonomous action units probably not going to come up, but this does give us fodder to summon out our tributes if we want to, or it can, if Sam's pulled something really, really bonkers, we can bring it back with this and use it ourselves. Mystic Plasma Zone is okay. We're on a lot of darks, but Sam will probably also be in a lot of darks. He was on the win strategy last time, so if he still is, we'll bring this in to try and counter it. We have the Mind Crush. If Sam, again, has cards that add cards to his hand, we could maybe bring this in. The Threatening Roars have been moved here because, again, they don't really give us any advantage, so we're just going to kind of leave them there. White Hole, again, in case Sam's pulled a Dark Hole. I mean, we don't have a lot of very useful cards to have in our side deck, so we're just going to have this for now. The second Blast with Chain and Horn of Heaven. So I guess we'll just fire straight on in, see what Sam's on, and see if we can't take him down 2 weeks in a row. So last week was quite an interesting one. I think we both agreed that your pulls were a little bit less than ideal.
Yeah.
Now, you obviously still got some powerful individual cards. But I would say the quality overall was... If you said that my pulls were like an 8 out of 10, yours felt more like a 6.
I think I'd go lower for mine. But yeah.
You had playable cards, right? They were...
I did. But it was like... I was trying to... Like, I didn't not take strong cards.
Yeah.
But I got the wind, like, archetype. I got the field spell. I got the Harpy Lady. So when I was drafted, I was like, well... I've just got to keep taking wind cards. It's all I can do. Like, it's all I'm being given. Whereas this week it was like, oh, this is what I could have got instead. Oh, I could have got this instead. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a tricky balance, isn't it? From trying to pick individually powerful cards versus pick towards a strategy, whilst also, if you don't see an individually powerful card, obviously you have to just go for a fallback. But then you might come across like a pack which, for example, has like an 1800 beater or a 1700 beater, but the 1700 goes well with the stuff you've already drafted. So now you're like, do I take the 1800 beater, who's technically better in most situations, or the card that suits the strategy, which is a strategy you might not even be on for very long? Because not only, right, I doubt this is going to happen, right? But let's say you went hard on the win strategy. I could ban your field spell. Now, I don't think I would use a ban on a field spell. I think there's too many powerful one-offs. But if I did...
It would fuck the whole thing.
Yeah, so you'd have to start again from scratch. So it's a tricky one, because I feel like the Chaos monsters are also in a similar boat, where, for example, this week you could have opened 3 Chaos Sorcerers, or I could have opened 3 Chaos Sorcerers. And then it's like, that's all well and good, but if you ban those cards, a lot of the light monsters that you've drafted, because I think the dark monsters are going to be fine either way. The dark quality is generally really good, but the light monsters typically are a bit weaker. So a lot of the light monsters that maybe one of us have drafted could just go in the bin. So it'll be interesting to see what we've both drafted and what we decide to ban. Because obviously your first ban, Imperial Order, is... I think we all saw that coming, right? Like,
yeah.
It's too powerful of a floodgate. It's hard to get rid of because you basically need a monster effect or a trap effect to get rid of it, unless you have like a mystical space typhoon or something you can chain to its activation. So it'll be interesting to see what we're both on, I guess, and what we're both thinking about banning. Because if I had a ban last week, I think it probably is just Jinzo. Well, Jinzo is an interesting card because it's not only a decently statted monster, and it works well in combination with a lot of your other cards, like Change of Heart, which is obviously another potential ban.
Yeah.
It also has the ability to shut off a lot of my deck, and even today I was deck building around Jinzo. I was like, okay, I can't put as many traps in the deck as I would like. I can't not have a lot more spell removal that can deal with the Jinzo.
Okay.
I think it's just one of those things where floodgates can be extremely oppressive if left unchecked, so you always have to have it in the back of your mind. Even if I didn't actually ban that card, I definitely would have had a long and hard think about, is this the card I'm getting rid of, you know?
Yeah.
Well, we spoke about this a little bit and you've already kind of touched on it, but you said that your pools this week were a lot better than last week. I feel like my pools this week were a lot worse than last week. And again, that's not to say...
Thank God.
That's not to say I didn't get anything. I think I got a couple of very powerful individual cards, but the quality overall, I came away thinking not much of this is going into the main deck. So, yeah, take that how you will. Fingers crossed, though, that I haven't, again, just pulled completely broken and you've pulled, like, moderate.
If you'd have matched how you pulled last week, I would be in trouble for weeks to come.
Yeah, I mean, that's the idea behind the bans, though, so, you know, maybe that catches up. Well, that's the other thing. Because you lost last week, you got double side set, but unfortunately, the side set quality right now is not quite there, yeah. Like, you could have pulled a Mechanical Chaser, but I don't know if you'd run Mechanical Chaser. 1850 is decent, and it's probably better now than it will be in, like, 3 weeks' time. But
don't you judge my man Axe Raider, alright? He's trying his best.
You know, you've got those warrior synergies, you know, if you get the allied forces, maybe some command knights later down the line. Alright, shall we jump straight in and see what we're both on? I say that like we're going to be playing these wildly different decks. We'll see what new cards we've pulled. Alright, I think we're going to go second. We want an extra draw. Because again, we are playing with no first turn draws. This is basically Master Rule 2020 or Master Rule 5 with all the new stuff stripped away. So, you know, no pendulum zones, no extra monster zone.
The humble tea set, you know, just... We've been playing too much new Yu-Gi-Oh! So now I can't... I got to play around Mech Knights. It's always in my head now.
I mean, it's better to do it that way than the other way, where like you start putting shit in the same column now, and then you go back and play modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And then you play straight into Mech Knights.
Yeah.
Okay. What am I doing here? This hand is a little bit awkward. Alright, let's get mildly aggressive. I'm gonna normal summon Sangan.
If this is aggressive, I don't know what... Okay.
I will attack with Sangan. Oh, a 2100 defender. That is probably the biggest punish it could have been. I was hoping you were on maybe a flip effect monster, like a Knight Assailant or something.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Right, we'll get main 2. Now, how ballsy are we getting here? We're definitely setting this. I think we're setting this, and then I think I have to set this. All right.
Jesus.
Let's see what he's got for us. Ooh. Okay. Decent monster. What do we do with this? I think this is fine, right? This is Sangan. We use Sangan's effect and search. Should we just get things started, or do we pick something more useful for this situation? I think we're going to take 4-starred Ladybug of Doom.
Okay. Okay.
Now, there are outs to this card, but you might not have pulled them, and if you have pulled them, you might not have them in your hand or have them in the deck. So I'm gonna shuffle my hand, you know.
Yeah.
It could be anything, and we'll pass the turn on that.
Okay. I'm going to...
Okay. Ooh. That's cute. Oh, we're going...
No, I don't think I need the extra 1,000 from Battle Footballer, but you never know.
This does get an extra card out of me. I think I will do this, because if you drop a Jinzo on me, I'm going to feel silly that I didn't use this.
That's fair.
2200 is more damage, obviously, but it does change to defense, and it can't change next turn, I believe.
It cannot change next turn.
Oh man, what a cool draw. I'm going to set a card.
Yeah,
Pass
yeah.
the turn.
Okay, we got a Sakuretsu gone. Like, I needed to somehow try and start getting rid of
Back
some of these back row, you know?
That makes sense.
Alright.
Ooh, okay. That's actually a really annoying one, just because Sakuretsu would have been a great output.
Yes, yes, it would have been. That's why you did Saku, and I was like, I wanted the damage, but I'll take it.
What do we do with this? I think the play is to set and pass. We have to play very defensively in the face of a 2300 that's unaffected by spells.
Right.
Ooh. Yeah, I can't do anything about that.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's Man-Eater Bug.
That's annoying.
Alright.
We're not letting you get off that easy.
Oh, I see. I was like, it's got to be a spell if you're not stopping the Flame Dragon. Now, I've definitely hurt myself by discarding cards for Back to Square One and Rogeki Break. I'm just hoping the pressure.
So, I have a play, and it's not a bad play by any stretch. Right, it's a fantastic play. But it immediately loses to Change of Heart off the top. So we're going to activate Dark Core.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, and then you're going to banish a bloody light in the dark.
Maybe. So we do manage to get over this. But again, if
I think, though, anything you do loses to Change of Heart off the top, right?
Yeah. Go on, slam it down. Oh, okay. Well, now we have a different problem.
Yeah.
I can't not attack it, but if that's any kind of destruction effect...
Yeah. I've also got you on, you can't really use Sed, because if it... like, you put yourself down to 600, so...
Just have to pass on this.
Oh, I'm gonna summon a 2100!
Okay,
God damn it!
That's good for me. So I'm gonna set, and then I'm gonna activate a Yugioh Drakmord.
Okay. But this is what I mean by, like, the quality of my cards this week.
Yeah, obviously.
Has gone up.
Zombira is pretty good.
I really, really wanted the Jinzo off the top, I'm not gonna lie.
I have to pass again. Ooh, okay. Oh!
Oh,
jammy
it's the
git.
bug. It is the man-eater bug.
Of all the ways,
Yeah.
all the ways to get Snake there. Change your heart off the top. Okay, that's fine. We'll get you back in game 2, I'm sure of it. So we'll go second again. I think the extra card is always going to be worth.
Oh, okay. Just do this one for now.
Okay. How do we navigate this? I guess I will normal summon Mirage Dragon. Go straight to battle phase, and then we'll just see what we're working with.
This is a good one.
Ooh, Sangan. So he has found one.
See, it's really hard to decide what to get in this situation.
Oh yeah.
None of these cards synergize with my hand in the slightest.
I guess take something individually that's good.
I just take a card that can deal with the current board.
Tsukiyomi. Oh, but can it deal with the current board when the board changes?
I mean, those cards are face down, so they basically don't exist. So,
I don't actually think it's worth using anything in Tsukiyomi, to be honest.
Yugioh is such a I don't wish to use cards on this, but by God, it's gonna keep taking cards eventually. The only issue is I've got nothing. I've got nothing to support it at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go for this. I'm going to normal summon Dark Elf.
Oh, okay.
Just going to get in for the sweet 2k. And then we'll pass on that.
Well, I think just holding and holding and holding onto cards is not the way to go. So we use Smash.
And we got Smash out of you, I guess. I think we're okay to get rid of that.
But now I have face downs.
But they're face down, they don't exist.
Exactly.
Alright, let's normal summon out Archfiend Soldier. We'll go to battle,
Okay.
and we'll see if we can get one of those face downs out here. Ooh. Right, we'll just pass on this for now.
Okay. We will
Ooh.
normal summon the giant orc
Okay.
and pass the turn.
Passes on it. Okay. Alright. Well, let's take a look at one of these back row, shall we?
Alright, if you insist.
Alright, well, if you insist.
Oh dear.
This worked out very well. Let's get rid of this.
Okay.
And now, I guess, we will banish a light and a dark.
Oh. Okay.
Oh yeah, it could always have been worse. So we'll attack it with this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was game if it was CED. So yeah, it could have been worse.
We'll put you down to 600, which hopefully is low enough. Like, you can't premature burial or anything like that if you have it.
This is a bit awkward. So I can... Change of Heart right now is probably the biggest tempo swing of my life. Unfortunately, it's not here. I mean, I've got to play with what I've got. And the annoying thing is I have to do it what seemingly seems like a bad way. I'm going to give you back the Chaos Sork.
Okay.
Kill your light, and then set a card. Could be anything. And unfortunately, I couldn't back to square one the Archfiend Soldier. It had to be the Sork.
Well...
Unless you've just got another monster, in which case it's all over anyway. But hey, maybe I've got Mirror Force, you don't know.
Well, I don't think I do know what your back row is, do I?
No, you ain't got a clue.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, I have no idea what it is. So we will attack.
The issue here is I have to do this. Back to square one and Raigeki Break was not the ideal 2 removal cards to have in my hand. You've got a man-eater bug. It doesn't matter.
What did you draw off the top accuracy?
Horus.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Horus.
Yeah, my set is a monster with 0 attack. I will leave it at that.
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
seen it yet. We'll see what happens in game 3. Yes. Yeah, siding is very, very difficult. Especially since we don't have, like, typically good side deck cards.
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
God.
We'll open Dark Elf.
Oh, okay.
Set back Chrome Pass. If you have the Sook, you have the Sook.
What about a giant
okay.
orc? We'll see if you've got any protection going about.
Oh, you know, we've only got a Blaster Chain.
Okay. I've got some back row to play off from turn 1, so this is good.
Well, we will normal summon out Mirage Dragon, which will stop you from using trap cards during the battle phase.
Yeah,
go to the battle phase.
That is what that card does.
This card is actually in Rush Stall now as well, which is a neat one. And we'll pass back to you.
Okay. Not exactly the card we wanted to draw, but...
Still not a bad one. We'll turn on your trap cards again, assuming those are traps and assuming they only want to be used in the battle phase. The problem that I have here is what are those back rows going to be and how detrimental are they going to be to me? I think we have to just go battle phase and see what they are. We have to get you to use them. Yeah, we were expecting something like that. There was no way to play around that, so I'm not too bothered by it. So we'll set another back row and pass.
Alright, well let's summon the boy that didn't get to showcase himself last episode.
Ah, Bazoo. Haha.
Now I get severely hit by a Chaos Emperor Dragon, but I can't be afraid of a Zed. I can't play scared.
Yes, I think that's
when I'm
fair
this
enough.
low on life points.
Oh, set pass.
Alright.
Oh, that's pretty gross.
It's a pretty good card. So now you have to use something on this.
Well, I'll show you what I've got.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it is not enough.
Oh.
Yeah, I run 2 tribute monsters and I've got them both in my hand.
Oh no.
Yeah, my other back row is Needle Sealing, and if I'd have just drawn a monster I could put in defense mode, I was set. What I probably shouldn't have done was set my Divine Dragon Ragnarok a turn earlier, but... So the logic was, my deck now only has... What, it would be something like 12 spell traps in it? And I've got all of my brick monsters in my hand, so anything else is a monster that I can set. Or is just a bomb that wins me the game, like the Chaos Emperor Dragon, for example. Unfortunately, I was still fine without United We Stand, because half of your board is less than my life points. But as soon as you drop the United, it was like, okay, now it's over.
Yeah, I was like, oh, United We Stand has done like virtually nothing, but right here, right now.
Yeah, it was a good one. It's a bit of a shame that I bricked, but like I guess it's my fault for running the 2 tribute monsters.
I don't know, I'm running 5 tribute monsters, and I only ever saw Jinzo and Horus twice.
Well, I'm running 3 monsters that are also bricks, but they are special summonable bricks.
Yeah, said sorcerer and X, one that I currently don't know about, I believe.
Yeah, well,
So,
since we are done with the
yeah.
skin, I will reveal to you that the card that I have that was the other slot was Blackluster Soldier, endpoint of the game.
My guy, you've got to stop this.
Yeah, it just kind of came to us. I was sat there at opening the packs, and I was like, "Come on, let's get a Chaos Sorcerer. Let's get a Chaos Sorcerer." And then Blackluster Soldier just flips over, and I'm like, "That'll do."
I had the option to take a Chaos Sorcerer or a Smashing Ground, and I went, I think it's got a Smashing Ground. Like, I don't... Maybe I have got some lights here or there. I've got the Ninja Grandmaster, which is obviously, like, the best light monster you could hope for.
Yeah, I think, realistically, the absolute tippy top of lights is probably, like, DD Warrior Lady, but it banishes itself.
One.
And then, like, Magician of Faith is probably up there as well. And then, I think, literally third on the pile, I would say, is, like, probably Ninja Grandmaster.
Yeah.
Just in 1800, it can be rotated if you're on that kind of strategy. It's, you know, the effect to destroy face-up defense monsters can be very relevant.
Yes.
So yeah, it's definitely a good one. Oh, that means I will be getting a ban this week, and I will get double side set. So I will be getting 10 packs of Tournament Pack 2. Yay! What's in there? What, Morphing Jar, I think, is the high rarity card.
Is that the one with Needleworm?
It might be. Needleworm might be in that as a super, or that might be Tournament Pack 3. I'd have to have a look. But I'm really going to have to look through your deck list and see what we're thinking about banning. I mean, I think the obvious ones that we're still probably thinking about is Jinzo and Change of Heart. And obviously, Change of Heart did a lot more today. So, definitely leaning more towards that. But yeah, GG, buddy.
Yes, it felt a lot better from my side, I can tell you that much.